Survive Fan 23, and hello, Ben 10 fans. Um, this is my very first episode overview. Today we are doing Introspector 13, and I have to say this episode was the beast of all beasts to me. We first start off with Introspector 13, who sounds a lot like Chromastone. And he walks up to Kevin, and Kevin starts to attack him. What happens is he does something, which I had to watch it again so I can get it into my mind. But then he escapes, and we do see Ben, Ben and Julie playing tennis, and Ben is having a hard time and goes echo echo. What happens is, if you look real close, one of them gets knocked out, but then comes back. From what I saw, I saw this on my TV. Later, then we see Gwen come up, and Ben is captured by Introspector 13. And what happens is he's tied to a very tight torture table with these giant things covering his wrists and legs. And what ends up happening is when Gwen and Kevin are released from the ship, Gwen becomes Diamond Head and Kevin becomes Jet Ray, which was really funny. I swear, that was the most funniest part ever. Then when Ben uses it again, this is the real awesome part. Sorry if I'm wrong, but sorry. Still going with this cough, and my silence problems are a little bother me. Kevin becomes Wild Mutt and tries to drive the car, and guess who Gwen becomes? Clockwork. Yes, Gwen becomes Clockwork. I saw the episode, so don't tell me wrong, because I saw it. Clockwork sounds a lot like Blitzwing's angry face. If you know Blitzwing from Transformers Animated, he sounds like his angry face. Like, here we go. Oh, what's your move on, okay? He sounds something like that. Which it sounds real cool. And when Clockwork moves his arms, you can hear the robotics moving in his arms. Although we don't get to see Ben using Clockwork, which is a real shame. But I kind of understand why. Ben probably didn't have Clockwork to begin with, until we saw him as being used by Gwen. Then we see Kevin and Gwen as Way Big and Humongousaur. And Ben is using this glove to attack Introspector 13. Then we see the cool part. Upchuck and Nanomech being used by Kevin and Gwen. So what ends up happening is Upchuck, which I don't know who uses Upchuck, either Kevin or Gwen, tries to eat the ship part away and spit it back out, becoming this big giant bubble thing. And what ends up happening is he spits it out, and then the ship starts to fix itself. And when the lights turn on in the factory, what happens is becomes. I know Kevin becomes Aunt Vivian, I believe. I don't know who Gwen becomes. I forgot. I have to watch the episode again to see what happens. But then Ben is able to put Ben and Kevin and Gwen back to normal. And what happens is, um, sorry, still dealing with this throat problem. Ben becomes forearms and starts to take him out. We don't get to see what happens to him next, but they're outside, and the ship lifts off, and one of them says, "Did you have any of the ones that we turned to?" And Ben goes, "Oh man," and that was the end of it. Overall, it was a very cool episode. We finally get to see Clockwork, which he sounds a lot like animated Blitzwing's angry face, and Inspector 13, who sounds a lot like Chromastone, and the return of Amphibian, used by Kevin. So that was really cool. And oh, I forgot. Ben does use Terraspin, by the way. So we get to see Terraspin again. Next Saturday is the episode The Enemy of My Frenemy, which the summary goes that Ben and the gang head back to Ledger Domain to help Charmcaster, which that should be a really cool episode. So stay tuned next Saturday for The Enemy of My Frenemy. This is Survive Fan 23 signing out. See y'all next week.